Itachi Uchiha. So Itachi was, being hunted down by, Sasuke in the Hidden Leaf Village. Hidden Leaf Village was looking for Itachi because they knew that if they found Itachi, they would find Sasuke as well. Itachi overused his MS abilities, or his Mangekyo Sharingan abilities. So knowing this, he knew that his brother was coming to fight him, and it was time and everything else. He knew about Orochimaru dying and everything else because of information and shit, right? And then he met his brother in the old Uchiha hideout, or sacred grounds of the Uchiha, right? And they ended up fighting each other. He put Sasuke under Genjutsu when he talked about Madara and how Madara was actually running around in the Akatsuki. Really, it was Obito, but he kind of fooled Itachi into it. Itachi thought that it was Madara because the way Obito spoke, right? And he understood that Obito had a better experience with the MS, but he wanted to gain Sasuke's, eyes so he could have the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and then he could beat Obito with that. But he was telling Sasuke this as he was fighting, right? He knew he was going to lose. He did, actually. That's what I believe. He pushed his brother, just like Obito said, he pushed Sasuke to use everything he had. And, in doing that, it allowed him, Sasuke, his younger brother, to awaken the MS Sharingan himself. And then, Sasuke or Itachi was already on his way out. So, and also as a last good deed, I guess, as I see it anyways, he stripped Orochimaru from Sasuke's body as well, because Orochimaru was going to recoup from the curse mark that he tagged Sasuke with. But then Sasuke then had that information later, later on. We know this if we watch Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, but for people who don't know, Sasuke was saved by his brother. Orochimaru tried to recoup from the curse mark, and then he was sealed inside of the sealing urn, the Tosuke blade. Did that, but Itachi Uchiha turned before the end of his life when he fought against Sasuke. 91 for his strength, 92 for his speed and durability, 93 for his endurance, and a 93 for his intelligence, 92 for his experience, and a 91 for his close skill, 93 for his range skills, and an 85 for his recoup. Hacks 95%, and a 91.6 for Itachi. Be cool, Calm Corner.